So now here's the thing, Rick. So now I'm moving forward, right? You know, once again, people gravitate towards you, right? The story is compelling, right? People, and I say the I, you know, we gravitate towards the fact that here's a man that was this street figure, you know what I mean? He was like our idol in a sense, you know what I mean?
Right.
So now you get the interviews, you get this, right? Once again, tell me about such and such, man. You know what I mean? Tell me about this. Tell me about that.
Well, you know what, people gravitate to success. I mean, we all want to be with the winner. You know, they love the winning teams in football, basketball. They like the one who sells 1 million records, and that's kind of how this machine been able to win with us, because they take the people and make them look like they're winning, and then from that we go back and follow their patterns, follow whatever they're doing.
I get it, but what I'm saying is now, once again, and I get that process, but that process of constantly telling the story over and over, right? So now, as he says, listen, how am I going to get these individuals, right, to purchase a substantial amount of these, right? Because if you want to know my story, right, I can tell it to you, right? But then there's a guideline to it. You dig what I'm saying?
It makes it easy. If you read the book, it's easy for me to tell it to you.
Right.
If you already got some understanding, then it's easy for me to fill in the gaps. Better than me taking you from scratch and trying to get you to understand.
Have you ever got to those frustration modes, man?
I don't know. I don't know if I've been frustrated. I try not to. You know, I practice a form of thinking that anytime something negative comes in my mind, I try to recognize it as quick as possible and get it out as quick as possible, because what I found out is that when you let negative thoughts fester inside of you, it turns you sour. So, you know, whenever something that is not positive pops up, I try to catch myself as soon as I can and get rid of it.
Beautiful concept. Tell me about the documentary, man. It was a documentary recently made.
Well, we got nominated for an Emmy Award. Great documentary. I think that everybody will eventually see the documentary one time, just like they all gonna read this one time.
The name of that documentary?
It's Freeway Cracking the System. We had some inner fighting with the producers. You know, they started fighting over monies and whatnot, and it kind of stalled the doc, but it's done. You know, we got nominated for Emmy. I believe without the fight, we probably would have won the Emmy. But it's definitely a good piece. The movie's financed now. My movie's financed, so we'll be going to work on that in a couple weeks. We just hired Kim Harding to cast direct, so we're working on that right now, and we just making progress, man. Enjoying life.
Which is a beautiful thing.
Ready to drop this next book, man. I didn't even get to read the book yet myself, man.
But you trust it. You trust in this individual. You know what I mean? You trust that.
Oh, no doubt. We're gonna put it out just how he put it. You know, we put it out. I ain't tripping. Man, he was there. He was there when the marshals knocked on my mama's door and put us out the house. You know, my mom lost her house when I got out of prison. Shortly after I got out. So we just gonna let it roll, man, and let the people know the truth. You know? Because the truth still sets you free.
True story. And but it'll also help people understand that once again, it was a process, man. How long you been home?
I've been home 8 years, man.
And in that 8 years, it's been a process.
No doubt. I done made a lot of money though since I've been home. I ain't gonna BS you. And I ain't had no job. You know, I've been out here on the streets, get mine out the streets.
A good couple of millions, huh? Yeah, a good old positive couple of millions, man.
Ooh, the IRS already on me.
Yeah, come on, man.
I hope they don't see this.
Yeah. We're gonna cut this part out, man.
I don't care. I gotta pay them anyway.
Listen.
I'm gonna pay them.
Yeah, listen.
Y'all gonna get your money a little bit at a time, though.
Yeah. Hey, but check this here. This is what I say, right? This is when I get to, once again, the meticulous part, right? I'm coming in, I'm saying, man, what should I say, man? I don't want to say, I don't want to step my boundaries, man. Because, you know, at the end of the day, I don't care how square Moonflower got. You dig what I'm saying? There's certain things that you just don't ask certain individuals. You dig what I'm saying? And so when you said that, I said, well, he said it, I ain't say it. You dig it? No, man, but, you know, once again, like I said, man, I'm glad that you were able to state that. But with everything, man, it's still a process. You dig what I'm saying?
No doubt, no doubt. Nobody is gonna go today from being broke and be a millionaire tomorrow. That just don't happen. You're not gonna first day you pick up a basketball, go to the NBA or make a college basketball team. It's just not how things work. You know, things work in steps, and you got to be able to make baby steps before you can make big steps, and you got to walk before you can run, and that's just the law, the nature, you know, the law of nature, and we have to respect laws, you know, and there's laws to being successful.
You ain't never lie about that. Talk about it, Ross. I was watching this movie about 2 years ago, man. And they use your name, man. I said, oh, man.
Which one? Kill the Messenger?
Kill the Messenger, man.
Yeah.
How much truth was that in there, man?
I didn't really like the way they portrayed my character. I thought it was out my character.
Right.
Michael K, you know, me and him sit down and we had lunch, and he told me that he was going to do the best he could to protect the character. But the studios had a way that they wanted to perceive me, and you know, they didn't hire me to work on that piece either.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, man, did they contact you?
No, they never.
Did you get $50 for that?
Well, Mike contacted me.
Mike, the actor himself, but
right, because he wanted to be familiar with my character and sit down and talk to me. But matter of fact, we did a screening. Gary's wife had called me out to the first screening because they didn't have any heat going, so they needed some heat. So she called me out, and the director made the mistake of telling the audience that he had just met me. And they gave it to him. They was like, you doing a movie, a real movie, and you got the guy right here, and he's alive and walking, and you didn't contact him to find out how he was, and oh man, them sisters gave it to him, and I said he deserves it.
Yeah. But these are things that occur, man. You know what I mean? Like people, you know, all the world, or people involved that's interested in you, right? Or people that want to be interested in anyone, right? They'll taint to make $1. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh, no doubt. It's with a lot of them, it's just about money. But
right.
I've learned that money shouldn't be the driving force behind what you do. You know, because if you only do it for money, I mean, you're literally a slave, because the machine just keeps printing money and keeps handing it to you, and as long as it keeps handing it to you, you keep working, and you don't work unless it's some money, where you're nothing but a slave. I believe that we're supposed to work simply for the pleasure of working and the joy of working. You know, I really get a kick out of working, you know, and being involved and meeting people and shaking hands and just, you know, just enjoying it.
That's one of the keys.
Yeah.
Key 18.
I like
Do not work for money.
See, I didn't even know that. See? I didn't even know that.
See, but how you gonna be right here? Look, let's go back to the movie, right? How you don't even know what these keys is about, and you just find.
I don't know the. I just
the producer, the director is saying.
I know the keys. I know the keys, but I didn't know he put them in the book.
Oh my!
That's just one of my principles.
That was the beauty of it. He'll just be saying something and he lives it. So it's not as profound to him as it could be for somebody who's blind.
Right, of course.
And so I'll hear that and I'm like, okay, most people don't understand that. Most people, they go, okay, I need a job. At a job you get paid, what, after a week, after 2 weeks. Okay, you want, again, instant gratification. You got to put that work in, but if you don't love what you're doing, you're going to want to get paid now instead of putting in the years and years of process. But the big money comes after you work for a long time. You might not get it up front, but you can't get big money without working.
Yeah, I was saying, would you work for 2 years for $300,000, or would you rather work for $30,000 a year?
They didn't even understand that. Say that. Look at Hayes. He didn't understand that one. Say that one more time, Ross. Come on, man. Come on.
They're going to have to pay for the next one.
Yeah. But listen, hey, but niggas here. But see, once again, you have learned, right, the concept, right, of teaching it to make sense and financial sense. You dig what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's one of the greater things about, once again, now being him, right, and saying, wow, that was some heavy stuff where you just organically moving. Right? So those keys, and then when you see it, you like, oh, you thought that was great, but you do it so naturally. You dig what I'm saying? That's a process, and that's a process that a lot of people, a lot of individuals, as they get older, if they're not exercising, right? they lose it. With you, you're constantly exercising, but also you're meeting a myriad of different personalities, different races, you know, and that enhances it.
Correct.
You constantly traveling. Come on.
Yeah.
His eyes, look.
I just got off the phone in Buffalo, New York, and they finna set up now to bring me to Buffalo.
You see what I'm saying?
So you know, and that's how I make my moves. You know, one person connect me, and you got to stay humble so that people will want to connect you, because people don't want to connect arrogance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they come in the room and they want to overshadow you,
right.
and they better than you, and
right.
they got their nose stuck up, you don't even want to talk to him, mm-hmm. because you're gonna think he might shine you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He might say something disrespectful to you. So you know, we gotta always stay humble.
Let me ask you this, Ross. You know, once again, I said you come across multiple individuals, right? A myriad of different types of friends. For those friends that are currently doing what they do and they still, you know what I mean, making money, you understand, mm-hmm. on the outside, how is that connection? You know, like, I'll give you an example. You know, when I see some of my dudes that's still out there, you dig what I'm saying? I don't frown down on them, you know. I'm there, you know what I mean? Despite whatever may occur, I can't be in their full-fledged circle constantly or whatever, but I'm not frowning down.
Right, right.
How is those connections? You know what I mean? Like,
well, no, I don't frown down on nobody in the game. I don't frown down on nobody in no game.
Right.
You know, because you don't know what that person is going through.
Right.
My man say that you have to walk in that person's shoes to know his circumstances. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know his circumstances, how can you pass judgment?
Right.
The only thing that I try to do is offer the brothers other opportunities that I have saw, and then it's up to them to either look at the opportunities or reject the opportunity.
Right. You know, and it's crazy, man, because you know I constantly hear the same, you know, sometimes the same story. You know, individuals that's out in the pharmaceutical world, you know, and once again that concept of this is all I know, you know, and when the reintroduction to the world one more again, it's like, you know, especially now in this day and times, man, you know, we go back to that concept of, you know, just clearly not having an understanding of people. You know, like, you get back into that game, but you know that this dude is going to tell on you tomorrow. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But you say, this is all I know. You know, it kind of saddens me as a people, but, you know, we continue to provide as much information as possible. So.
Well, you know, that's a form of ignorance, though, when somebody say, this is all I know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because once you know that that's all you know, then your next move is to start educating yourself in something different.
Mm-hmm. You know, tell me about your organization, or the organization that you're affiliate with, where you deal with a lot of the youth.
Man, I just, you know, go out, do speaking engagements, juvenile halls, schools. I'm just all over the place. You know, right now we getting ready to do a talent search. We're gonna go to 10 major cities. I'm working with Brian Kennedy. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He's a major producer, mega producer. Mm-hmm. We're gonna be going around the country, and we're gonna be working with young kids. We're really looking for people from like 12 to 25 years
mm-hmm.
old. If anybody out there to sing, dance, interested in being in the music industry, y'all can hit us up, Freeway Ricky on Twitter, Twitter, Instagram, and Freeway Rick Ross on Facebook. Let us know, send us your music. We're going to be going around looking for somebody who wants to get produced by this 5-time Grammy award-winning producer.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I'm always looking for new ways to reach out to our kids, man, because
right.
Our kids are the future. You know, I have kids and grandkids of my own, and I want the world to have somewhat of some structure mm-hmm. when they get up to age.
Russ, do you think that it's harder to reach our new age youth?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they've been bombarded by the radio, mm-hmm. By the internet, TV, with these philosophies, attitudes mm-hmm. That are counterproductive, I believe.
Right.
I believe it's jailhouse building.
Right.
You know, it's the bridge to go into the penitentiary.
Mm-hmm.
You know, anytime you're talking about carry guns, sell drugs, get high, you know, these are the things that send people to the penitentiary.
You know, and it's amazing that you state sell drugs, get high, right? You know, it's amazing now that, you know, you have certain type of songs, right? And I'm not taking away from the fact that, you know, this is a lot of generations right here, right? You dig what I'm saying? But I'm not saying that when I was coming up we didn't have, right, that aspect of hearing a song and it said something about getting money or a specific type of drug. But these drugs is over the counter type drugs right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it amazes me how, you know, you can they're getting money in different ways now, but they're also, you know how they say don't get high in your own supply type situations. These dudes is literally getting high and they're saying it. You know what I mean?
Right. It's a different era.
Yeah, man. How
dope fiend.
Right.
And now everybody gets high.
Yeah, man.
And it's cool to get high.
And it's cool to get high, man. You know what I mean? Like you got a dude that's fly as can be, money in his pocket, talking about he leaning.
He won't have it long.
but you understand, that's what I'm saying. So you know, you look at the youth, man, and you know, I know that you say you do a lot of speaking engagements, man.
Right.
You know, and coming across this, man, it's a process.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Trying to get through, because there's layers to it now. So now you all right, I got through this, man. But how do I get through the fact that, you know, man, you drinking lean, you know, you drinking, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, have you encountered some of these things, or
all the time. Everybody drinks lean. You know what I'm saying? That's like the going thing. You know, if you're doing good for yourself, you drink a bottle of lean. You know.
Ross, regarding the music, right? Will there be stipulations on the talent that y'all bring in?
I'm sure it will be. You know, we're gonna have contracts and everything drawn up.
But I'm saying, from your standpoint, are you looking for the typical individual to, you know, give us something that's more for the mental?
Oh, you saying, do we want something with substance?
Yeah.
Do we want substance, or do we just want
right, or just something that typically I can just go out.
Something that sounds good.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we want substance. You know, because one of the plans is that I plan on taking these groups, and when I go to high schools and colleges, I want them to perform and open up for me, so that the kids are also, not only do they get the work, but they also get some entertainment at the same time. Right.
There you go. That's a hard gamble, though. It's a lot of. Nah, I mean, I ain't gonna say that. But Ross, man, you know, is there anything else you need to you know, put out there, man?
Well, you know, just let them know, man. Go check out the book. I got to do 100,000 copies. Then I can let my man Cody put his book out. You know what I'm saying? We only need a few more, but if you get you one right now, you go to Freeway Rick Ross, order your book, and you'll put us that much closer to doing what we got to do. Also, make sure you get your book signed, because we're having a big party, and the only way you can get in is with a signed book.
Oh my, great concept. Hold up, I want to get back to the book itself. Will y'all remain independent?
Oh, definitely. I wouldn't go no other way. Oh, the independent book game is crazy. It's like cheating.
Right. And it's the same concept, y'all. It's the same concept. The same concept that a lot of you hustlers, right?
$20 at a time.
Come on, man. Great concept. The building of a team, right? The building, the protocol, and everything else. See, you got a great team around.
No doubt. We strong. This ain't even half of the team, man.
Right.
We deep. Hey, we deep.
But it's a beautiful thing, but the concept remains the same.
No doubt.
The independent mindset remains the same. There's no egos.
None.
And if the egos is there, it's geared towards getting money, man, on the positive side. So in closing, Rick Ross, I appreciate you. My man, I knew we was gonna put it together. Man. We're gonna exchange numbers right now, man. I appreciate you, man. Anything I left out?
No, we did good. 100,000.
Oh man.
100,000. Don't be adding up my numbers. Don't be adding up my numbers either. $20. I gotta get.
I need my book. I need my sign. Look, I need my book signed, man.
You know what?
Man.
I ain't got my Sharpie. You got a pen?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a pen right now, man.
Tell them where to get the book.
Yeah. We told them where to get it at.
I'm gonna get my pen right now.
We got him. Cody